Trucks have looked roughly the same for 50 years. What is being built and tested right now in engineering facilities around the world is going to make everything on the road today look like a relic. Here are 15 innovations that prove it. The trucking industry is one of the last industries most people expect to see radical transformation. Heavy, slow to change, deeply conservative in its engineering choices. But the combination of electrification, autonomous systems, aerodynamic research, and alternative fuels has created a moment where almost every assumption about what a truck is supposed to look like and how it is supposed to work is being challenged simultaneously. Every innovation on this list is real, documented, and either in production or in advanced commercial testing right now. 1. Tesla Semi. Tesla's Semi entered commercial production in December 2022 with PepsiCo as the launch customer. The vehicle uses multiple independent electric motors, producing enough combined torque to accelerate an 80,000-pound fully loaded truck from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 20 seconds, compared to around a minute for a comparable diesel. The Semi carries a manufacturer-claimed range of 500 miles on a single charge in the long-range variant. Pepsi reported real-world range of over 400 miles per charge in early operational data. The cab design places the driver in a central seating position, with touchscreen controls on both sides. Megacharger infrastructure capable of adding up to 400 miles of range in 30 minutes is being deployed alongside the vehicle. 2. Waymo Via Autonomous Freight Truck. Waymo Via is the commercial freight division of Waymo, the autonomous vehicle company spun out of Google. Waymo Via has been conducting autonomous long-haul freight runs on Texas highways since 2021, initially with a safety driver present and progressively moving toward fully driverless operations on established routes. The system uses a combination of LiDAR, radar, and camera sensors to navigate highway conditions. Waymo has partnered with J.B. Hunt, one of the largest freight carriers in North America, to integrate its autonomous driving system into commercial operations. The focus on long-haul highway driving is deliberate because highway conditions are significantly more predictable than urban environments, making them the most tractable first application for autonomous freight. 3. Nikola Hydrogen Fuel Cell Truck. Nikola Corporation produces the Nikola Tre FCEV, a Class 8 hydrogen fuel cell electric truck designed for long-haul freight. Hydrogen fuel cell trucks generate electricity through a chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen, producing only water vapor as exhaust. The Nikola Tre FCEV has a claimed range of approximately 500 miles and refuels in under 20 minutes, addressing the long refueling time that battery electric trucks face on extended routes. Nikola has faced significant corporate turbulence, including the conviction of its founder, Trevor Milton, on fraud charges, but the underlying vehicle has continued through production and deliveries to commercial customers, including Anheuser-Busch, have taken place. The hydrogen infrastructure question remains the primary barrier to wider adoption. 4. Volvo FH Electric. Volvo Trucks began series production of the FH Electric in 2022, making it one of the first heavy-duty electric trucks from a major established manufacturer to reach commercial scale. The FH Electric is available in configurations delivering up to 490 kilowatts of power, with a range of up to 300 kilometers per charge, depending on load and conditions. Volvo has positioned it primarily for regional distribution routes, where the vehicle returns to a depot for overnight charging, rather than requiring public fast-charging infrastructure. Customers, including DB Schenker and DHL, have integrated Volvo FH electric trucks into European logistics operations. The cab carries over Volvo's standard comfort and safety features, including advanced driver assistance systems adapted for the electric drivetrain. 5. Daimler Freightliner eCascadia. Daimler Truck's Freightliner eCascadia is a Class 8 battery electric truck designed for regional haul operations in North America. It produces approximately 536 horsepower and 1,850 pound-feet of torque from its electric drivetrain. The eCascadia uses a 438 kilowatt-hour battery pack, providing a range of up to 230 miles per charge. Daimler has been conducting customer pilots with partners including Walmart, Penske, and NFI Industries. The eCascadia shares its external design language with the diesel Cascadia, but the cab interior has been redesigned around the electric powertrain with a revised instrument cluster and revised storage configurations, reflecting the absence of a traditional transmission tunnel. 6. Einride Autonomous Electric Pod. Swedish company Einride has developed an autonomous electric freight vehicle called the Einride Pod that has no cab and no space for a human driver at all. The pod is designed to be operated remotely by a human who monitors multiple vehicles simultaneously from a control center. In 2019, it became the first ever self-driving, cabless electric truck to operate on a public road when it conducted a commercial freight run for GE appliances in the United States. Einride operates pods in Sweden, Norway, Germany, and the United States. The remote operator model allows one person to supervise an entire fleet rather than one driver per vehicle, which fundamentally changes the labor economics of freight transport. The vehicle is designed exclusively for established routes between fixed points such as warehouses and distribution centers. 7. Hyundai XCIENT Fuel Cell. Hyundai began delivering the XCIENT fuel cell heavy truck to customers in Switzerland in 2020, making it the world's first mass-produced hydrogen fuel cell heavy truck to enter commercial service. By 2023, Hyundai had delivered over 400 XCIENT fuel cell trucks to Swiss operators under a fleet management model, where Hyundai retains ownership and charges customers per kilometer driven. The XCIENT uses two 95-kilowatt fuel cell stacks and 7 hydrogen tanks, storing approximately 31 kilograms of hydrogen. It has a range of approximately 400 kilometers per fill. Swiss operators report that the trucks are performing within acceptable parameters for commercial freight operations, and the hydrogen infrastructure in Switzerland has expanded to support the fleet. 8. TuSimple Autonomous Trucking System. TuSimple developed one of the most advanced autonomous trucking systems, tested on public roads, conducting fully driverless runs on public highways in Arizona in 2021 with no human in the cab. The company's system uses a forward-facing camera with a range of up to 1,000 meters, significantly longer than the range of most LiDAR systems, allowing the truck to identify and respond to hazards at highway speeds with more reaction time than a human driver. TuSimple partnered with UPS, US Express, and Michelin Company for freight operations. The company has faced significant internal and regulatory challenges since 2022, but the underlying sensor and software architecture it developed has influenced subsequent autonomous trucking programs across the industry. 9. Scania Supertruck. Scania introduced its Super Series truck in 2021 as the most fuel-efficient long-haul truck it had ever produced. The Super Series uses a new generation combustion engine combined with a new 8-speed gearbox and extensively revised aerodynamics to achieve fuel consumption reductions of up to 8% compared to the previous generation, under real-world operating conditions. 8% sounds modest, but across a fleet of thousands of trucks running hundreds of thousands of kilometers annually, the fuel and carbon savings are substantial. The aerodynamic package includes a reshaped cab roof, revised mirror housings, underbody panels, and improved trailer coupling fairings. Scania claims the Super Series represents the most significant efficiency improvement in its truck lineup in a decade. 10. Peterbilt 579 EV. Peterbilt, one of the most established names in North American trucking, entered the battery electric heavy truck market with the Model 579 EV. It produces 536 horsepower and 1,850 pound-feet of torque, and is configured for regional distribution with a range of approximately 150 miles per charge, using a 396 kilowatt-hour battery system. Peterbilt positioned the 579 EV for operations where a truck returns to a depot daily, making overnight charging practical without requiring a new fast-charging infrastructure investment. The cab design retains the traditional Peterbilt interior that fleet managers and drivers are familiar with, while integrating the new electric powertrain instrumentation. Peterbilt has delivered the 579 EV to commercial customers in California and the Pacific Northwest, where regulatory incentives for zero-emission trucks are strongest. 11. Continental ContiSense Smart Tire System. Continental developed the ContiSense tire system, which embeds sensors directly into the tire compound to monitor temperature and pressure in real time and transmit data wirelessly to the vehicle's onboard systems. Tire failures are one of the leading causes of heavy truck breakdowns and accidents on highways. A tire that can report its own pressure and temperature before it fails gives fleet operators the ability to intervene before a blowout occurs. Continental uses electrically conductive rubber compounds to transmit sensor data from inside the tire to a receiver in the wheel rim without requiring a battery inside the tire itself. The system is designed to function throughout the operational life of the tire without maintenance. 12. Michelin Vision Airless Tire. Michelin has been developing the Vision concept tire, an airless tire made from biodegradable materials with a flexible structural lattice, replacing the pressurized air chamber of a conventional tire. An airless tire cannot suffer a blowout because there is no air to lose. The structural lattice is designed to flex and absorb road impacts, in the same way a pressurized tire does. Michelin has demonstrated vision concept tires on passenger vehicles and is developing the technology toward heavy vehicle applications. The tire is also designed to be retreaded using a 3D printing process that deposits new tread material onto the existing structure, rather than replacing the entire tire, which would significantly reduce the material cost and environmental impact of tire replacement over a vehicle's operational life. 13. Aurora Driver Autonomous System. Aurora Innovation launched commercial autonomous trucking operations in April 2024 between Dallas and Houston, making it the first company to operate a fully driverless commercial trucking service on public roads at scale with paying freight. The Aurora Driver system uses LiDAR, radar, and cameras, and is designed to be integrated into trucks from multiple manufacturers, including Peterbilt and Kenworth. Aurora has commercial agreements with FedEx, Werner Enterprises, and Hirschbach Motor Lines. The initial commercial operations are limited to the Dallas to Houston corridor on Interstate 45, a route Aurora selected because of its relatively straightforward highway conditions and high freight volume. Aurora has stated its intention to expand the operational area progressively as the system accumulates commercial miles. 14. Windtree Aerodynamic Trailer System. Multiple companies, including Stemco and Wabash National, have developed active and passive aerodynamic systems for the rear of trailer bodies that reduce the aerodynamic drag created by the blunt trailing face of a standard trailer. The rear of a box trailer creates a low-pressure zone as it moves through the air that effectively pulls backward on the vehicle. Boat tail panels that fold out from the rear corners of the trailer reduce this effect by allowing air to flow more smoothly off the trailing surface. The U.S. Department of Energy has documented fuel savings of between 5 and 10% from well-designed trailer aerodynamic systems under highway operating conditions. Several major fleets, including those operated by Walmart and Amazon, have fitted aerodynamic trailer packages across significant portions of their fleets to capture these efficiency gains. 15. Gatik Autonomous Middle Mile Truck. Gatik focuses specifically on the middle mile of the supply chain, the fixed repeated routes between distribution centers and retail locations that represent some of the highest volume and most predictable freight movements in the logistics network. Gatik has been operating fully driverless trucks on fixed routes for Walmart in Arkansas since 2021, making it one of the first companies to achieve fully commercial driverless operations with a major retail partner. The fixed route approach allows Gatik to map every detail of the operational environment and build reliability on known conditions before expanding to new routes. Gatik also operates autonomous middle-mile routes for Loblaw companies in Canada. The company's argument is that the middle mile, with its repetitive fixed routes and controlled endpoints, is the most immediately commercially viable application for autonomous trucking technology available right now. 15 innovations. All of them real. All of them operational or in advanced commercial deployment. The truck that moves freight in 2035 will share almost nothing with the one doing the same job in 2005 except the road it runs on. The transformation is already underway, and these 15 developments are the proof.